What's going on, everybody? Weeb King here, aka Trevor. I'm here today to give you a review on Black Ops Cold War Zombies new game mode, Cranked. And I first want to talk about how Cranked works. Cranked is a very simple game mode. You go into the game gives you timer. The timer is about 28 to 30 seconds, and then when the timer runs out, you blow up and die. The blow up part doesn't do anything, you just blow up. It's just to be dramatic. Pretty much the only way to refill that timer is by killing a zombie, and every time you kill a zombie, it'll reset it and you survive. As rounds progress, more and more zombies will enter the map. From round 1, you're getting a bunch of zombies spawning in. The higher up in rounds you go, the lower your timer reduces, and that's the total timer. So from 28 to 30 seconds at the beginning of the game from round 1, let's say you get to round 25 to 27-ish, it's going to reduce down to your total time of 5 seconds. So it's a lot harder to survive. The game mode's pretty much working against you the whole entire time, which is kind of fun. In a sense, the game mode can be a little bit competitive, especially if you have friends keeping zombies away from you. If you're solo, I feel like it would be a lot easier to survive since all the zombies are coming after you. But with that said, I just want to talk about the pros and cons coming up with Crank, and I'll start with the freeze timer. This is both a pro and a con. I feel like it definitely could be improved the next time around when Crank comes back, hopefully. Now, the freeze timer is a drop like any other, like insta-kill, fire sale, or max ammo. You don't know when it's gonna drop. It just drops and you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. I have 10 seconds frozen on my Crank timer and I can do whatever I want, but it's 10 seconds. At 10 seconds in Cranked is, I feel like it's good if your timer's high at its max and you freeze the time. That gives you, obviously 10 extra seconds to run around and do whatever you need to. But most of the time, majority of the time, you literally are not going to make use of it because the whole time you're pretty much trying to focus on surviving and killing zombies. You have a horde of zombies or like a megaton next to you. You really can't do much. There's no choice. You don't have a choice on whether you want to freeze time here and do something now, so you can help yourself get a perk or hit the box for just 10 seconds. But I get that, it's Crank. You're gonna constantly have zombies pumped out to you. That's fine. Maybe if the freeze timer had 5 extra seconds, so make it 15, it'd be a little better. It would just give you a little more leeway to run around. Because let's say I'm running a horde of zombies and I run too far ahead, all the zombies disappear. Or at least they just can't catch up to me. And I die. I have to pretty much stay next to the zombies the whole time and lead them, and I feel like I'm leashed to them and I have no freedom to do what I need to do to survive. So my idea is make it an equipment, kind of like the time bomb from Buried. If you guys remember that all the way from Black Ops 2. If it was a time bomb-esque equipment that you just drop down, you throw anything like that, or it's kind of like you just use, and it freezes time for not 5 seconds, like 10 to 15 seconds, probably 10 seconds. I think that's more reasonable. And use it when I want to in a crunch, just to give me that little bit of extra time I need to do a pack-a-punch or upgrade on anything, just anything, get a perk, whatever. I think would be more useful than having it as a random drop from a zombie. I don't know whether I'm going to use it or not. As soon as I get that drop from zombie, I'm still in the middle of horde and it just doesn't work out for me, or probably any of you. It's the same thing. So I feel like that could change. I think the freeze timer is a great idea, but it needs help. The next thing that I have a really big issue with, this is a huge con. The salvage drop rate is so low. It's so low. For a fast-paced game mode that has you rely on surviving off of killing zombies with rounds that progress faster and faster, you hardly get any salvage. And you use salvage for armor and upgrading your base gun to a higher tier rarity, and that's just impossible to do. You just can't. There's not enough time, and by the time you get enough salvage, the timer is probably really low, and I mean really low as in max total has been reduced because you're higher in the rounds. I don't care if there's a bunch of zombies spawning all at the same time and coming at you and non-stop. That's fine. I can still upgrade really quick. The issue is you don't get enough salvage to do anything with armor, anything with the tier upgrade, and that drastically needs to be increased, that drop rate. There's nothing you can do. Most of the time, I feel like you're going to be sticking with the gun you spawn in with just simply because of the fact that there's no time to hit the box. Yeah, you can buy a wall weapon, but most of us would rather hit the box and try to get something somewhat decent or good, and there's no time for that. So we're probably going to stick with our main weapon and try to go as far as we can. And I feel like salvage needs to be increased in terms of drop rate. So that's something else that I would totally throw out there that could totally be increased, and it wouldn't be game breaking. I don't see that being an issue. If you make a timer that's 5 seconds when you get to around 25 to 27, that has a high chance of killing you. They don't even have to make the salvage drop rate increase. The only other thing they need to do is, in my opinion, this should be here from the beginning. When you bleed out completely, just let the person keep their salvage. Why does it go to 0 when we die? I have no idea, because the amount of time it takes for salvage, I guess, come to us again is too long. It makes absolutely no sense, and I feel like that should be fixed, or at least thought about, even in the regular game mode of zombies. The next thing, this one's funny to me. I like it. The dog round is mega killer. Literally, if someone just keeps the last dog for extended period of time, even if they don't, the transition from the zombies spawning again from a dog round is really hard to compensate for with your timer, because you don't have anything else to kill in those couple seconds, and you're more likely to die because dogs, first of all, take a long time to spawn in anyway. There really isn't a lot of zombies around unless you keep zombies when it transitions into a dog round. That's the strategy to keep yourself alive. But if you can't kill the dogs fast enough, then you're screwed. My buddy Josh actually kept a dog and killed me and my friend Jordan. So in that sense, it can be competitive. If you want to kill your friends, you can absolutely do that. It's almost suicide if you do that too, because if you don't have any zombies around when you kill the last dog, you're probably gonna die too. So it's kind of a funny thing, but I don't think that's really awful and something that needs to be changed too much. Just, I feel like the spawn should be a little bit faster. And honestly, other than that, Cranked is really good. I know it sounded like I was complaining the whole video, which I pretty much was. Cranked is a great game mode. It just needs a little bit of a help. And I think the zombies community liked it a lot, and I think it was well received. In terms of ranking, I would probably give it like a 6 or 7, maybe even an 8, because it was pretty good. It just needs those minor improvements, and I think Treyarch can do it. If they just give a little bit of time and love the zombies like we want, then I think we'll get there. But that's it for me. That was my Cranked review. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we'll see Cranked again, guys. I will see you in the next video. Weeb King out. Bye-bye.